process improvement of a team member, HT, in his quest to perform better in high school. Other members of our team include Mom, Dad, Grandma, and Grandpa. H is a bright student. However, during middle school, H consistently performed less than satisfactorily. His homework assignments were often missed, while quiz and test scores were often below average. Consequently, H had very low self-esteem, which often created tension amongst family members in H. Here's the breakdown of H's work process before implementation. When homework was assigned, H could decide either to do it or not. When he was motivated enough to do the homework, distractions often occurred or no one was available to help. Thus, incomplete assignments resulted in lower homework grades and inability to perform well on exams. On the other hand, when H decided against doing his homework, no one was available to enforce homework completion. Numerous missed assignments caused automatic failure in many classes. When H failed, his self-esteem became lower, which then led to the lack of motivation to complete additional homework. Thus, a spiraling cycle of failure resulted. Before the process changes, here are the routine activities of H. Notice that in the column of activities that repeat daily, homework completion was not started until 11 p.m. most of the days. His after-school activities included friends, TV, and games. Although not on a routine basis, H's cousins often came to visit him. In order to effect changes, several different processes have been considered. In the environment, there would be a 1-hour limit for the time spent on TV, games, 1 hour for friends, cousins, no TV or other distractions until all homework assignments are finished, and complete silence during homework hours. As far as personnel changes go, the team leader would check homework daily, grandparents would turn off TV during homework time, no one could visit H after 6 p.m., and parents would consider changing work schedule to coincide with H's school time. In terms of material and equipment, H would need binders to organize his assignments, a small desk, chair, and bright lamp to help his concentration during homework time, and the removal of TV, Game Boy, and computer from his room. Other miscellaneous changes include sleeping by 11 p.m., no visits to the other grandparents until finishing all homework assignments, and possible replacement of TV, games, and computers after noticeable improvement in grades. Based on the 22 criteria for evaluating possible changes, each process has been rated out of 22. Here are the scores for different categories. After considering all proposed changes, all processes have been implemented except for the two. First, changing parents' work schedule has been determined to be economically infeasible at this time. This option will be reconsidered if the pattern of failure continues. Second, forbidding H's visit to the other grandparents until all assignments are finished will create unfavorable public relations. Therefore, our team has started implementing all but these two proposed changes since the first day of the 9th grade. The main cost of this QI implementation is the decreased time available for the team leader to have gainful employment. After several months of post-intervention, noticeable improvement in homework completion can be observed. To compare pre and post intervention, the last 10 homework assignments from the 8th grade were plotted side by side with the first 10 homework assignments from the 9th grade. The best graphical representation of this improvement is the time between chart, wherein the consecutive number of missed homework can be plotted on the y-axis. Here, the pattern of missed assignments has been graphed for math. The upper control limit for the 8th grade assignments has been projected using the pattern of the 9th grade assignments because the latter pattern has less variability. As can be seen, there were 3 assignments missed during the 8th grade, while there were none during the 9th grade. Similarly, the pattern of missed homework for the history is graphically represented here. And here is the graph for science assignments. Notice that unlike the previous 2 graphs, there was 1 assignment missed during the 9th grade. However, the missed homework number 14 is still within the upper control limit. This missed assignment, however, caused the upper control limit to be more than 0. The higher upper control limit might have been due to the difficult nature of science or the latent failure of the current process changes. Assuming that there has been a latent failure in the current process changes, one must conduct an investigation for 1 or more possible process improvements. It was assumed that H was mature and able enough to accept the selling style of leadership. Thus, not enough emphasis was placed on daily homework completion for science. Since H has been determined to be immature and unable to take more responsibility at this time, the telling style of leadership will be implemented. Therefore, the team leader will start checking homework for completion at 9 p.m., not at 10 p.m. That way, incomplete homework can be finished before bedtime. Since the first quarter of 9th grade has just ended, its grades can be compared to those during the last quarter of 8th grade. The Tukey chart is used for this comparison. Notice that the x-axis consists of 14 classes. The first 7 are from the 8th grade, while the last 7 from the 9th grade. Since the percentages of the 9th grade are more constant, they have been used to determine the control limits. From this graph, one can conclude that 4 out of 7 classes taken during the 8th grade had percentages below the control limits, while all 7 classes taken during the 9th grade had percentages within the limits. Thus, H has been able to improve his grades through process changes. After implementation, homework assignments are rarely missed, quiz and test scores are often above average, and H has gained better self-esteem. To encourage lasting process changes, H has been awarded with an iPod for his personal improvement.